Greetings! We're here along the trail in the Strawberry Mountain Wilderness, taking a look at a common but very useful and handy plant to know, balsam root. Now this plant is very common. It grows all over the place, all throughout Oregon, and here on these hillsides. Not all the yellow flowers you're seeing are it, but about half of them are. And it's just covering every hillside all up and down the trail here. You can see this is a really great time of year. It's mid-June, a little bit of a cloudy day, but still everything's coming out, from the lupins to the balsam root and the yarrow and the paintbrush. Everything you can think of is just kind of blooming and showing its colors. There's blues and reds and purples everywhere, and of course the yellow of balsam root. Balsam root's good to know because you can eat it raw, and that makes it a survival food. You don't have to worry about being able to make fire in order to make it edible. And it was used very commonly by native peoples for a long time. They would eat the stems, the leaves, the roots, and the roots themselves were very handy medicinally. This is a member of the sunflower family, so if you're allergic to it, you might want to that group of flowers, you might want to leave it alone. Like if you can't have chamomile, you can't have this. But the seeds are also useful as well. The roots were used as a starch, as medicine, and they would use it to make a poultice out of it, and you can use the leaves for that as well. But the raw leaves you can just munch right now if you want. In fact, I'm going to snack on a little right now. And they're a little fuzzy, and they have kind of a tartness, kind of a freshness though, a little bright, a little bit of that kind of bitter green, but it's yummy. It's not bad at all. And the stems are juicy. You can crunch them right up. Good stuff. But you can also use, like I said, the leaves can also be made into a poultice, and the seeds can be ground into a flour, the roots can be ground into a flour, and it's a super handy plant to know for that, because if you want to whip up a quick trail salad, you could get a nice bitter green leaf out of it with a little bit of sweetness too. Boy, there's an aftertaste that's quite bitter. It's amazing that they ate these raw, but when you're used to eating green, raw stuff, it tends to be bitter, and anything that's bitter is probably going to be good for you. It kind of stimulates digestion and makes your body kind of wake up. Whoa, wake up. Hello. Like if you need to wake up on the trail, that'll definitely get your head on straight with that nice bitter flavor, but it's got a sweetness to it that's really nice as well. So from medicine to food, and of course beautiful, pretty hillsides, balsam root's a really handy one to know. And the reason they call it balsam root is because the root can be used, like I said, as a poultice. You could use it for burns. They would use it for antibacterial infections. I mean, I've read about people using it for tuberculosis. That's the kind of thing you only tend to read about these days. I don't know anybody in America who has tuberculosis commonly. We've pretty well gotten on top of that one. But all sorts of different ailments can be treated with this. And since it's so common, there's just thousands and thousands of them all across the landscapes of Oregon. So if you were going to use it medicinally or for food, you really wouldn't be decimating a rare or endangered species. It's super common. And according to the USDA Forest Service, it's about 30% protein overall, which is why they consider it decent forage for livestock if they're going to be running cattle in these areas. But if you think about that, okay, well, if it's 30% protein, then if I eat 100 grams of it, I've gotten 30 grams of protein. That's like one of those, high protein power bars, and I'm sure there's some carbohydrates and good, polyphenols and all the good plant chemicals and stuff that are in these. It's medicine, it's food, it's pretty, and it's a very good plant to know. And it's an easy one to know because it's so distinctive. It's pretty much, you can't really miss it. Arrowleaf balsam root, that's what it looks like. And it's, of course, mixed in with other flowers that are very different from it. But it's a good plant to know, and I definitely appreciate you taking a quick minute to take a little look at one of Oregon's very common but handy and edible and medicinal plants, arrowleaf balsam root, here in the Strawberry Mountain Wilderness.